Right, welcome back to Carpgenetics. I'm here live on YouTube. Well, I'm not live, kind of live. Will be live when I cut, edit, paste, publish all this onto YouTube. So I'm not live, but anyway, I'm here. It's 4th of March. I'm back on the quarry and I've come down today to do a quick session, and this is a bit of a serious video. Why serious, right? What I'm going to do is I'm going to still do the Carpgenetics joke videos, because that's how Carpgenetics was formed, that's how Carpgenetics was born. So all my jokey sketches are still going to be there out on YouTube for everyone to see. What I'm going to do is I'm going to create two playlists. First playlist is obviously the jokey ones, the jokey sketches as Carpgenetics is, and then the second list for this year is going to be my challenge for this year, right? Pick this swim because the water's coming in from the inlet over here, and there's been fish in the inlet. So I've decided to fish here. It's not ideal because there's people walking past us constantly, and it's very difficult to get this video shot. So I'm trying my best. But what I'm doing today is I'm going to, as I've said, I'm going to do the challenge. Now, some people fish their lakes and they want to catch the biggest fish, the prettiest fish, and they have this whole like demeanour on, I'm going to catch this fish, I'm going to catch that fish. This season I've set my stall out, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to make I'm going to challenge myself to catch half a ton of fish. Half a ton of fish, yep, half a ton of fish. You heard that right. So from here we'll jump over to me in my garage, and I'm going to bore you with some maths on this challenge. Right, hello, welcome to Neil in the garage. I know I'm the same Neil, and I know I pretend that that's a different Neil, but it's just something I like doing. I don't know why. I know it's a bit boring for you, and you probably don't think it's funny, but I just think it is. It's a little bit of crack, you know, keeps people entertained, I'm hoping. But anyway, you've jumped over at the garage now from the lake, and I'm going to run through the boring bit, right? I've got a bit of paper with us here, right, because I can't consume all this to memory. The reason being is I'm not a mathlete, right, by any stretch of the imagination. I do not know anything to do with maths. If I do, then I need a calculator and I need a little bit of time. So basically, to save time, so he's on board, I'm going to run through this quite quickly. I might be reading off a bit of paper, right, but I hope that doesn't interrupt obviously the viewing. But anyway, the boring bit, so try not to fall asleep. I've got a pen, a board, and I've got some cloths here, right, in case I make a mistake, and a baby wipe, because I'm going to make a mistake. Because like I said, I'm not good at maths, even though I've got the answers, right? But apparently, right, did you know that there are 3 tons, right? 2 of which are non-metric tons, and they are called the short ton and the long ton, right? So we might as well stick them on the board, because we'll be coming back to them. So you've got the short ton, then you've got the long ton, right? The short ton being the most popular, that people think about, so bear that in mind. That's the short ton there, right? Everyone thinks about that one. So that is £2,000. £2,000, right? In the long ton, which is £2,240, right? So we'll put that there, £2,240. Then on top of that, right, you have apparently one short ton is listed as being equal to 0.0907 metric tons, right? Meaning we'll have £2,000 equals 0.907 metric tons. So £2,205 equals 1 metric ton. So basically 1 metric ton equals £2,205. I hope I'm getting this right, because all the maths bods will be like saying that I've worked out wrong on that one. But anyway, that's the maths, right? So, right, in reality, none of it makes much sense to me, like, but I'm going to pretend it does, right? But what I'm going to do, right, is I'm going to work on the short ton, because apparently that's what everyone thinks about. It's the most popular, right? And what it means is it's £2,000. It's easier for me, not being a mathlete, to work out because it's divisible by 10, right? Secondly, if I use any of these, it means I'm going to catch more fish because they're higher in values, right? So the 0.5 ton challenge, not the 1 ton challenge, the half ton challenge is going to be based on using the short ton, right? Which means I'm going to have to catch half of that, which is 1,000 pounds worth of fish, right? So let's rub this off because we don't need that now. This year I've got 1 year, right? Bear in mind it's March, right? I've got 1 year from March to catch 1,000 pounds worth of fish, right? Sounding a bit more difficult, isn't it? So what's the rules for the challenge? Well, the rules for the challenge is pretty much none. There's none at all. Other than I've got to catch carp, right? It's got to be 1,000 pounds worth of carp. I might change it if I'm struggling towards the end of the year and turn to pike, but I doubt I will, right? Because this is a half-ton challenge. It's got to be on carp, right? So I'm gonna concentrate. I'm gonna catch carp. I hope, right? So some people might think 1,000 pounds, that's not a lot, but it is, right? Especially in the northeast. I fish over 2 lakes, right? The average fish in these lakes is probably about 10 to 12 pounds. There's a few 20s, but they're few and far between, and they're very difficult to catch. Obviously, being the only couple of 20s in there, right? So hopefully I'll be able to catch a couple of the 20s, right? Possibly some of them are 30s, and then that'll hopefully reduce the amount of fish I've got to catch within the year. But what I've worked it out on is basically 1,000 pounds is the target, right? Yes, I'm referring to me bit of paper because I have to. 1,000 pounds is the target, right? The average lakes, the average fish in each lake that I fish is probably about £10. I'm going to set it at £10, right? So basically that means £10 average, £1,000 target, remember. That means I've got to catch 100 fish, right? 100 fish in a year. It's starting to become a bit achievable, right? But like I just said, it's March, right? I'm probably not going to fish November and December for carp because it gets a little bit too cold for me, right? So that means I've got 7 months, isn't it? March, right? If you include March, I've got 8 months, right? So 100 fish in 8 months. So 8 divided by 100, or whatever way around it is. It's the other way around, isn't it? Don't want the maths bods kicking off. So 100 fish, 100 divided by 8 months equals 12.5 fish a month. Oof. Right, that's difficult. How many sessions I'm going to do per month? I'm probably going to be doing 4, right? At the most 48 hours, right? But if I do 4, obviously the general rule of thumb is that my sessions are probably going to be 24 hours. If not, they're going to be quick nighters, right? So if I work on the basis I'm going to be doing 4 a month, which is 1 a week, right? That means that you've got 12.5 divided by 4 equals 3.125. I worked it out on the calculator before and cut that bit out. Right, so let's drop the 1.25 for now. So that basically means I'm going to catch 3 fish per session of 10 pounds each. Can you see that there? 3 fish per session of 10 pounds each. Right, that's not going to be hard. I'm going to have to up the game and get out a lot more now because I don't think I'm going to cut it in 4 sessions per month. That basically means I can't ever blank, right, this whole year. And it means I have to fish more than once every week, basically, because I need to up the game. So when we jump out over to Neil at the lake, I hope he's got a fish, because if he hasn't got a fish, I'm knackered. Because the next time we're out on the lake, well, I'm out on the lake, it's probably going to be the 15th of March. Now, it's the 5th of March today, so that's quite a while away. Right, so this is going to be difficult. I have to try, because that's the challenge I'm setting myself. 2, I want to have to up my game and squeeze in as much fishing as I can in between the gym, working and family life, etc, etc. It's going to be difficult, but I'm going to try and do it. Like Neil's already said at the lake, I'm going to vlog it for you. So let's finish up here and jump back over to the lake and see if Neil's actually caught a fish, because if he doesn't and he blanks this session, it knocks a session off my target. Over at the lake now. Neil, wake up Neil, man, it's back to you. Oh, I fell asleep there. How boring was that? Tell you the maths bit was a bit boring, but anyway, back to the lake. It's dead noisy, I'm testing out my new Rode microphone here, so I'm hoping you're picking up the sound very nice. But I've got my Rode microphone on now, so I'm I'm recording it. So basically, what am I doing? How am I fishing? Right, well, I'm fishing 3 rods. The left-hand rod, which we'll call the green rod, is positioned in between the 2 islands to the left here. The red rod is then positioned in this little bay there, as you can see. Obviously the green rod there is marked with the green flag. The middle rod, the red rod, is marked in the bay there, that's dug away into the trees with the red flag. And then I've seen fish moving into the bay here, so I've dropped the blue rod where this blue flag is into there. So that's my rod positioning. Baits I'm using, I've went with a sticky bait signature pop-up, because I always use a sticky bait signature pop-up, I like them. B5 essential baits and a Monster Tiger Nut Flora pop-up, glugged in Manila by Sticky Baits, just to give that a try. I think that's it for this introduction, and I hope you enjoy the 0.5 ton challenge. To keep up to date with it, I'm going to put as many videos as I can on, but sometimes I'm not going to put the videos on. So what I would like you to do, if you can, is have a look on Facebook, Carpgenetics. I'm on Facebook. I'll be posting everything about, obviously, the Carpgenetics 0.5 ton or half a ton challenge on there quite regularly. I'm on Twitter as well, that's linked up. Instagram, check us out on Instagram, and we'll be doing loads of photographs of the half ton challenge. And I'm also going to be doing a daily blog, right, as well as the vlogs on YouTube. I'm also going to do a blog so I can write about it, because I don't like long videos, so I'm trying to put as much as I can in short videos for you, because no one likes to watch a 20-30 minute video, which I've found through trial and error. So I'm going to try and keep my videos short, sweet and to the point. Hopefully plenty of action, plenty of fish, plenty of banter, plenty of Carpgenetics twisting. But like I say, this is a serious one, because I do want to catch this. The 0.5 ton challenge, I've got to catch 100 fish this year of a minimum of £10, as Neil was saying before in the garage. Now that is difficult. A lot of people will probably think it's not difficult, but it is in the northeast, because the average fish, I mean, they're quite small, the fish in the lakes that I fish. I mean, they do average about 12 to 13 pound, but catching them is very, very difficult. I'm hoping to get off the mark the day and catch one and get one landed, because this time last year I did catch a lovely one, which was £17.4. I'll put the video, there's a video below, I'll put the link below, and if you want to watch that you can see that. And that one was on sticky baits pop-up. What I've done, actually, I forgot to tell you before, on the baits that I'm using, I've got the sticky baits out there, and I've also used worms. I've used lobworms, and I've put the lobworms on a maggot clip and just attach them so that the bait will pop up off the bottom, and then obviously the worms will wiggle around. And I've got one about ½ an inch off the bottom with a B5 pop-up, and then the other one is with a sticky baits pop-up, and that's about 4 inches off the bottom. The reason I've popped it 4 inches off the bottom is because of the water flow coming in. And that's storming in, and the fish, they tend to swim in here, and they pick up all the grubs and all the bugs, and that's coming off. So I'm hoping that obviously they see the worm coming off and they just instantly take it. I'm on till 3 o'clock, so I'm going to switch off now, do a bit of fishing, and then I might switch back on later. Hopefully I'll have a fish. If not, I'll switch back on before I leave, tell you how I've got on. Hopefully I'll have a fish, but like I say, I'm on till 3 o'clock because I want to get home this afternoon. Sorry if I keep pointing. I want to get home this afternoon, and I want to watch Newcastle. I want to watch Newcastle match. I want to watch the boxing as well with the lads, have a few beers and that. So that's it for Carpgenetics at this minute. I'm going to switch the camera off, and then I'll switch back on later on, and we'll see where we're at. Hopefully I'll have you some fish. I was very confident before, because I definitely did see fish milling around out there, like. But that's carp fishing for you. Right, turn the camera back on. I've been here a couple of hours now, and I haven't caught a fish. I've had a couple of peeps on the rod, but I haven't had anything sufficient. I had a quick run before, lifted into that, nothing there. I don't know if that was a line bait or if that was a fish, but anyway, got another half an hour. So basically I've switched the camera on now, got half an hour before I pack up. Hopefully catch one in injury time. Doesn't look like I'm going to, but this is the end of this video in terms of the half-ton challenge. Quick introduction, and this is the end of the introduction. Unfortunately, I haven't had a fish today, but here's hoping I will have a fish. I'll probably not be out fishing next weekend, but I should be out week commencing the 13th of March. I'm planning on a 48-hour session on the other water back end of the month. So that's it from Carpgenetics today, and thank you for watching. Like, subscribe, and also, as I said earlier, jump onto Facebook, Twitter and Instagram and check us out on them as well. Cheers.